I am joined by UFC newbie, new signing, newcomer, debutant, Nathaniel Wood. How does that feel, UFC, Nathaniel Wood, just that sentence alone?
It feels like it's meant to be. It feels normal. It feels good.
It was kind of a thing that people thought was coming because the way you've been fighting, the performances you've been putting on, it was almost like an inevitability. But I suppose for you, it's the surrounding that you've got, you know, the network of fighters and the coaching that you've got that really helped propel you to this level. It's just seems that everything at Titan is just flourishing big time, isn't it?
Yeah, I honestly think that the way the gym's been and the coaches, the teammates for the last 2 years, we've got a solid team now. You know, before there would be times where like people would disappear a little bit out of the gym. You know, they kind of lose a little bit of motivation maybe. But now you know the team's solid and we're all grinding together, all working together, and I think we've finally found that stable click. You know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that Team Titan now is kind of like the Team Alpha Male, but of UK. You know, we've got a hell of a lot of small guys there.
Yeah.
You know, we've got guys coming up in the ranks. We've got guys that have been around for years. So, you know, I honestly think that the team we've got now is one of the best in the world.
Aljamain Sterling, did you get to have a little train
Yeah,
session with him when he popped up down in
yeah,
London?
yeah. I got to have a little wrestle with him. Although he's definitely put on some pounds since his fight. You know,
Yeah.
I'm pretty skinny at the moment, week out from the fight, and he's yeah, he was a bit of a lump.
Yeah, he's up here now at Liverpool. I'm about to go out with him tonight on a few drinks with me and the boys and have a good time with him. But yeah, I saw him down there training with Brad as well, posting a picture. Brad, he must have been, well, I see it in his face and the emotion when, like, for example, when you win your fights and how he is with everything, and you just see it in Brad, like, he's so proud. But when the call came, you got called up to the UFC. How was that conversation with Brad? Because obviously he must have been just like over the moon.
If I'm honest, mate, we all just expected it. You know,
Yeah.
we knew that a good win over Luka Iovine, you know, I thought, yeah, they're going to have to sign me. So to get a win like I did, you know, I
Yeah.
knew they were going to be coming. So when I actually got the call from my manager to say, yeah, you know, you're in on the New York card, you know, myself, my dad, Brad, we were all pretty much like, right, get the gloves on, let's go training, you know, and now the work starts. So, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm buzzing and it's amazing to be here, but I'm not getting over too far. You know, I know I've
Yeah.
got work to put in, and you know, this is where the actual dream starts now.
Well, that's the thing. You're not like 6 fights in. You've had a fair few fights now. You've got lots of experience on your belt. You've kind of built yourself up so you'll stay in the UFC, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people get rushed in, then they're just not polished off enough as a fighter, and then they end up going like 0-3 and going out. No,
Yeah.
you've got that experience and knowledge to kind of cement yourself in that UFC rankings and get yourself up there to be a contender, one of the best in the world, or if not the best in the world in X amount of time.
Yeah, I was saying to someone the other day, I've had all in all now, I think 21 fights. You know, with if you count my semi-pro as well. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of fights to have at my age, and
Mm,
I haven't taken any damage other than a broken nose in one fight, which heals up and you get on with it.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, I've got another good 10, 15 years left in me.
Yeah, broken nose. Yeah, exactly. That's not like it's not like getting knocked out. It's way
No.
different damage. Yeah, exactly. The worst thing about the nose is you get the puffy eyes after and the big swollen eyes. Like, it looks a lot worse than it is. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Eduardo, experienced vet in the UFC. Heck of a name to get for your debut. Obviously, I'm sure you've watched him yourself. What's your thoughts on Mr. Eduardo then?
Um, he's a very tough fighter. You know, he's got a lot of. I give him a lot of credit. He's had an amazing career. He's fought a lot of guys. He was ranked ninth in the world at one point. But you know, unfortunate for him, he's got to face me now. And you know, the main thing that I'm looking at is the guy's 39. That's old to be in the UFC. His last fight, I believe, was the first time he's been knocked out. So to me, that chin's starting to wear away. You know, and I'm a new breed of fighter. And you know, I like to think that we're going to come out, maybe strike.
Mm.
I could be wrong. He could be diving for the takedown, and you know, as far as I'm aware, he's a black belt, so he might try and just come in with submissions and stuff. But if he stands with me, you know, I'm confident that I'm going to knock him out in first 2 minutes.
You got your fingers over the microphone by any chance?
No, mate.
There we go, that's it. We can hear you. It was muffled, but we can hear you. I was thinking, here we go. You do what I do, just put your fingers over a microphone sometimes. If we can take you back to your last fight, there was a lot of emotion from Team Titan going into that fight. Obviously, what was going on outside of it in the gym with Micky. I suppose there was a lot going on that week as well. How were you mentally with that, man? Because that was a lot to take on board.
I was
If you're okay to talk about it, obviously.
I had my head in the game, you know, and if anything, that week I was feeling sorry for myself, cutting weight, all that malarkey. So, you know, when I heard the news, that made me just think, man, I've got nothing to worry about. I've got nothing to be sad about, you know. It kind of made me think, do you know what, get on with it, and get on with it, Nathaniel, you know. So that's the kind of take I took on it, and you know, that fight I dedicated it to Marino, you know, and I used that to spur me on.
I imagine obviously there's a connection that you and Micky have got, and it's brought you guys even closer now. With everything that's happened.
Yeah, you know, Micky to me he's like family. You know, he is family. He is, you know. So to see him how he was, you know, was upsetting for me, and you know, it made me realise how much I do care for the guy and his kids, you know. So yeah, you know, he's got good people around him. He knows we're all there for him, and vice versa. You know, I know he's got my back, and he's coming out to New York with me. So, you know, it's nice for him to be doing that, because unfortunately I couldn't afford to pay for him.
Yeah, it's the fight game at the moment. So you have to start getting those big paychecks, and then you start paying business class for him to get over.
Yeah.
Well, good thing for example, for Brad, he doesn't need a lot of leg space. He can go in economy.
No, that's just what I was thinking, but I don't think he was having any of it.
So obviously, when you're fighting and training, it's pretty intense. But what do you like to do when you're chilling back, man? When you get a bit of free time, are you a FIFA guy? Do you play this Fortnite that people are playing at the moment? Do you go out, or what's your downtime, man?
I like to, if I'm honest, if my weight is good, I like eating. You know, I like going out for food, going out for dinner. That's, you know, I get my most enjoyment for. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
You know, if I do drink every now and then, it's just purely to get drunk. So, you know,
Yeah.
I don't miss that too much. And, you know, being an athlete, you know, it's kept me away from that kind of side of things. But yeah, you know, I just like to relax. You know, I train all day and I'm using my energy. So for me, usually in fight camp, I like to relax, go to the cinema, watch a film, something, you know. But out of camp, you know, mate, I want to be doing as much activity stuff as possible. You know, I'm go-karting, paintball, and anything that involves running around and stuff. You know, that's a bit of me.
So we said food. I had just been to an absolute awesome barbecue restaurant, bud. I know you're cutting weight and killing yourself. It was a donut burger. So they had the glazed donut and a cheeseburger. It was amazing, right? I'm just gonna help you out here, son. Okay? Can you see that beautiful thing?
It doesn't look that nice. A donut and a burger.
Oh man, you see, that's where you're wrong. You see, it's a glazed donut and burger, man. It's incredible. Have you ever watched Man vs. Food?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He went to a place in America, like some baseball place, and he had it there. And I went, man, I gotta try that. That looks kind of. That looks like it will give me a heart attack, but I'll die eating that. And I tried it, and it made. I'm gonna say you've got to try it. You see anyone that does it, you've got to do it after you wait.
I've been looking at the venue for New York Utica, and I've been trying to find a cheesecake factory or something, and there's nothing around. So I'm like,
what?
You know, I'm struggling because I'm thinking that post fight, I want to be eating some serious shit food. So, you know, it might just have to be a Walmart trip, get as many Krispy Kremes as I can, and just get fat. You know,
get fat, bro. That's the way. Yeah. Oh, who was it? Was it Max Holloway who has like the trays of Krusty Kremes? Oh man, I think it's him. After he's had his fights, he has like 2 trays of Krusty Kremes, man. He just goes on the man.
You know, get that wealth belly.
Yeah, exactly. So look, that's your fight with Johnny. It's going to be massive. You've prepped for it. You went on Bama. You went on Cage Warriors. You kind of went on the regional scene. You did the right thing you had to do. But with Cage Warriors, You're home there, fighting in London. What was that like, man? Like that atmosphere when you see the fans around you. You're not going to have that obviously in New York, so it's a bit of something different for you. You know, it's when you get everyone chanting your name and cheering for you. It's going to be a little bit quieter in New York. Is that something like Brad's tried to talk to you about and maybe put that across for you?
I understand. It's going to be a lot quieter as such. But for me, it doesn't matter. The fight's a fight. Whether it's just me and Johnny in there, or whether there's 1,000 or 10,000 people, it doesn't make a difference. For me, going to London and having all of that support and my family there, that's amazing. That makes it a hell of a lot more fun. But my job is to go in there and fight Johnny Eduardo, so I have no problem with doing that. Maybe I'd say it just takes a little bit of the excitement away when you haven't got 1,000 people screaming your name or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not going to cause me any problems in fighting Johnny Eduardo.
And last but not least, man, I've got to say, that bloody Josh Reed fight, man. Woo! Like, how many people probably bring that up to you? But oh my! How many times you watched that back, man? Because that was still, even to this day, me and the boys still talk about that fight.
It was all part of the plan. That was,
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I just wanted to keep everyone on the edge of their seats. People were moaning that the fight before was quite quick, so I thought, all right, I'll put a little show on. That fight was crazy. I didn't switch on from the get-go. He caught me with that shot, but he's gonna have to do a lot more to put me out of the fight.
Oh yeah, man! Like what you did was very smart. Great defense, got yourself together, got your wits about you, and then just boom, pop them back, pop that. Man, it was good. Like honestly, what I liked about that was the fact that you showed. Obviously, it was wild, but you showed a kind of maturity and calmness during that storm.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters, when that happens, they'll make mistakes. They might have shot in for a takedown with their hands down or anything. Just you can't think. But there was. When I watched it back, because when you're watching it live, it's a bit like, whoa, you're just blown away by it. And then you watch it back, and I was like, you can just see this young fighter with a mature kind of mind, man. That was one thing about it to take away from him.
I remember just thinking, I should have gone for a takedown when he caught me, but I thought, man, I'm the better striker, and I was stubborn, and I thought I'm not. When I was looking at Josh up until that fight, I thought, man, this guy's got nothing for me on the striking. So, I kind of just thought, nope, I'm not going down. And, luckily for me, it paid off.
And look, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I'm just going to say, obviously, when you're in New York, already, make sure your strings are tied on your shorts, because we know what Brad's like. He's got me. He's got me before, mate. Oh,
mate,
yeah.
To think this, right? Picture this. A few months ago, my mate Chris Meyer fought for a title. Me and Brad both cornered him. He won the title. When he was doing his post-fight speech in the middle of the cage with a packed-out arena, Brad decided to do it and got away with it straight down. My trousers were straight down to my ankle. Luckily, my pants stayed on, and I'm surprised no one's actually uploaded that on the net yet.
I want to find it, and I will upload it now. I will find out, and I will upload it. So, man, he got me when I was meeting Mike Brown. I was like, Mike Brown, man, legend of the sport, great guy. And I was like, oh, Mike, can I get a picture? And he just comes up behind me, and my friend's holding the camera and tilts the camera down because he knows what Brad's doing and takes it. I was like, I'm stood in the middle of around all the UFC staff, UFC fighters, just round, and I'm just stood there, my pants down, like, yeah.
You've been done. That's it.
Yeah, he's great for that though. And Nathaniel, give me your social media, bro, because I want everyone to be able to get online. I want them to follow you, because to be honest with you, you're like one of the future stars of British MMA, is the best way to put it, man. You're going to be a huge name in households very soon, obviously in UK, but I mean worldwide.
I appreciate that. My Instagram and Twitter is both at The Prospect MMA, and my Facebook page, I think, it's just Nathaniel The Prospect Wood.
Nice.
I don't use Facebook as much, so I don't even know myself what the actual page is named. But yeah, at The Prospect MMA.
And then, what's your sponsors then? You said we were talking about you've got food stuff like that. Who's helping you out at fight camps, because they make a big difference?
Yeah, I've got good guys behind me. I've got AJ Wakefield, who's Red Kings, a recruitment agency. I've got Scramble. They've been kitting me out for the last couple years now. Rapid Results Gourmet, they've been kitting me out with all the food, you know, been looking after me. Mate, the sponsors, the list goes on, you know, I'm going to forget someone, so I'm just going to stop there.
Ooh, is that ice cream van out here?
There
Oh,
is an ice cream van.
I bet that's
I'll
torturing
better
you.
go.
Yeah,
catch
I'm
you
going to have a
later.
whippy. And last but not least, man, give shout out to obviously your gym. People, if they live around that area, they can always train there. And any people that have helped you out, not just in the gym, but family and people like that, man.
Yeah, as I say, I will end up forgetting someone, but you know, everyone at Team Titan, my jiu-jitsu coach Ashley Grimshaw, Brad Pickett, my dad, you know, my family, girlfriend, you know, they don't get enough thanks for just putting up with me in training camp and, you know, just helping me be there and supporting me in the journey. Yeah, you know, Joe Miles, Kicks Personal Training, mate, the list would honestly go on, and just everyone that's supporting me. You know, I'm getting messages off random people on social media saying that they're looking up to me and that they're chasing their dreams because of what I've done. And mate, that's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of think they're having me on, and they're just some like guy that's trying to wind me up.
Just
But, mate,
50-year-old fat guy just sat in there trolling.
That's it. So to have people doing that, you know, it means a lot. So, you know, just all them, like, thank you as well, you know.
That's just keep doing what you're doing. That's the thing. That's the idea, my man. And look, honestly, I can't wait to see you make a debut on UFC. I know what you're bringing, but it's those people who watch the UFC only who won't know what's coming. They know. I know a storm's coming, and it's going to be a hell of a fight, man. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Mate, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.